Welcome to the AI Hub, a podcast for AI-driven side hustles designed for IT professionals like you.
From cutting-edge AI tools to practical, no-nonsense tips, each episode brings you closer to turning tech into income.
Tune in to discover smart and sustainable ways to boost your career and income with AI.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to AI Hub. I'm Larry, and I'm really excited for today's deep dive.
Hi, Amanda. And yeah, we've got some seriously cool AI news to unpack today.
You know how sometimes you're like, man, I wish I had a research assistant on speed dial.
Totally.
Well, Perplexity AI is kind of making that a reality with their AI-powered search engine.
Yeah, it's not just finding links anymore.
Right.
It actually gives you clear, concise answers to your questions and even tells you where it got the information from.
Yeah.
No more endless scrolling through Google trying to figure out what's legit.
Ugh, so much time wasted.
Right.
But here's where things get really interesting. This is why we're doing a whole deep dive on this.
Okay, lay it on me.
They just launched this new service called Sonar.
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you, it's a game changer.
Okay, so Sonar is an API.
Oh, yeah.
I know tech jargon.
Right.
But stick with me here.
Yeah.
It basically means that other companies can now build Perplexity's awesome AI search directly into their own products.
So instead of having to go back and forth between different apps or websites to get the information you need.
Exactly.
It's just right there at your fingertips.
Right there.
No matter what you're working on.
Right.
And the coolest part is, we're already seeing this in action.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how we were just talking about Zoom meetings the other day?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? They're using Sonar to power their AI assistant right within video calls.
No way.
Yes, way.
So now if someone brings up something I don't know about during a meeting, I can just ask the Zoom AI to give me the rundown.
You got it.
Without having to awkwardly Google it and share my screen and everything.
Exactly. It can pull up info in real time, give you those nice, neat answers, and even provide citations, all while you stay focused on the meeting. Talk about seamless integration.
That's incredible.
So with this kind of groundbreaking tech, you'd think Sonar would cost an arm and a leg, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like something only massive companies could afford.
I was just thinking that.
But that's where Perplexity is playing a different game.
Okay.
They're actually aiming to make Sonar the most affordable AI search API on the market.
Interesting.
They've got two tiers.
Okay.
Sonar, which is their base version,
Ah.
and then Sonar Pro for when you're dealing with more complex questions.
Okay.
And get this, they price it per 1,000 searches. So it's not like you're paying some outrageous subscription fee.
Okay. That's pretty surprising.
So are we talking like a couple $100 per 1,000 searches?
Yeah, what's the damage?
A couple hundred? Nope, way less.
Really?
For Sonar, it's just $5 for every 1,000 searches.
$5.
$5.
Wow.
Then there are some additional costs based on how many words you're putting in and how long the answers are.
Okay.
But we're talking fractions of a cent per word, so it's really not going to break the bank.
And Sonar Pro,
Yeah.
which, let's be honest, is probably the one that's going to be super interesting for a lot of developers and companies.
Right.
It's still really competitive.
Oh.
It's the same $5 per 1,000 searches as the base Sonar. And while the cost per word does go up a bit, it's still incredibly affordable, especially considering the level of power and accuracy you're getting.
So we've got affordability, we've got integration, but what about performance?
Right.
Can this thing really hold its own against the big players in AI like Google and OpenAI?
That's a great question, and the answer is a resounding yes.
Really?
Perplexity actually claims that Sonar Pro outperforms models from those giants when it comes to factual accuracy.
Wow.
They've been testing it on this benchmark called Simple QA,
Okay.
which basically focuses on how well AI can answer factual questions, and the results are pretty impressive.
Hold on. So they're saying this little engine that could
Yeah.
is actually beating out some of the most sophisticated AI systems out there.
Yeah.
That's a bold claim.
It is bold, but they've got the data to back it up.
Okay.
And honestly, when you think about it, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Perplexity's whole focus is on delivering accurate, cited answers. So it makes sense that they would prioritize factual accuracy in their AI models.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
It's like they've found a way to really hone in on what matters most for a search engine.
Totally.
Getting the facts right.
Exactly. And investors are clearly taking notice.
Oh, yeah.
Remember a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about how much funding AI companies were pulling in?
Yeah.
Well, Perplexity just secured a massive $500 million funding round.
Wow.
Led by institutional venture partners.
Okay.
That values the company at a whopping $9 billion.
$9 billion. That's more than some countries.
I know, right?
It seems like people are betting big on Perplexity's vision for the future of search.
Yeah.
But what does this all mean for the average person?
Right.
Are we all going to be interacting with AI assistants in everything we do now?
Well, I think we're definitely heading in that direction.
Okay.
Think about it. We're already using AI assistants in our phones, our smart speakers, even our cars.
Yeah.
With Sonar, that integration is only going to become more seamless and widespread.
So instead of thinking of search as this separate activity, it'll just become part of our natural flow as we move through our day, interacting with different apps and devices.
Exactly.
Okay.
Imagine being able to get instant answers and insights no matter what you're doing.
Like
Cooking dinner and need a quick conversion for a recipe?
Yeah.
Just ask your smart fridge.
Okay.
Writing an email and need to double check a fact?
Yeah.
Your email client will have you covered.
It's like having that research assistant we talked about earlier.
Right.
But instead of being on speed dial,
Right.
they're just always there, ready to assist whenever you need them.
Precisely. And it's not just about convenience.
Okay.
Think about the implications for education research, even just staying informed about the world.
Right.
AI-powered search has the potential to democratize access to knowledge in a way we've never seen before.
Yeah, it's like that moment when everyone got a smartphone
Uh-huh.
and suddenly the world's information was in their pocket.
Totally.
But this is like that moment on steroids.
It is, and it's exciting, but also a little bit daunting, you know?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, what does this mean for the future?
Right.
Will we even need those traditional search engine pages anymore?
Like the ones with the millions of blue links.
Exactly.
Will those become a thing of the past?
It's a good question.
What do you think? Is this the beginning of the end for good old Google?
It's definitely possible. I mean, why would you spend time clicking through pages of results when you can just get the answer you need right away?
Right.
Especially as AI keeps getting smarter and better at understanding what we're really asking.
But then isn't there a risk of becoming too reliant on these AI systems?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like what happens to our own critical thinking skills if we're always just getting fed answers?
That's the big question, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like anything else, it's a tool,
Right.
and it's a powerful one, but we have to be mindful of how we use it.
Yeah.
Just because an AI tells you something doesn't mean you should take it as gospel.
Right.
We still need to be curious, to question things, to do our own research.
I think that's a great point. It's all about finding that balance, right? Using AI to make our lives easier to learn more, to explore new ideas, but not letting it become a crutch.
Exactly. AI can give us the information, but it's up to us to do something meaningful with it.
Right.
To think critically, to connect the dots, to come up with new solutions. That's where the real magic happens.
Well said. So to wrap things up, it sounds like Perplexity is a company to watch.
For sure.
And this Sonar API could be a game changer for how we access information.
No doubt about it.
And I'm really curious to see what developers and companies do with this technology. I have a feeling we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
Me too. And I bet we'll be talking about it a lot more on future episodes of AI Hub.
Oh yeah. So if you want to keep up with all the latest developments in the world of AI,
Definitely.
make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single deep dive.
We'll be back soon with more fascinating AI news and insights, but until then, stay curious.
Welcome to the AI Hub, a podcast for AI-driven side hustles designed for IT professionals like you.
From cutting-edge AI tools to practical, no-nonsense tips, each episode brings you closer to turning tech into income.
Tune in to discover smart and sustainable ways to boost your career and income with AI.